Have you ever wondered how can we really change people's behavior? Well, in this video, I'm going to take you through a book that's quite well known, but an aspect that doesn't get spoken about enough. And that's the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, coming up. Hi, this is Toye Oshunbiyi for Best Books for Business, where we help leaders, entrepreneurs, and business owners turn knowledge from business books into action so that you can get results. On this channel, I take one business book, personal development book, could be sales or marketing or team building or leadership, and I extract one thought from that book and give you one action. So if you're new here, please subscribe and also ring the bell so that you can be notified when I post these videos. And today I'm taking you through the 7 habits of highly effective people. I've done a number of this. It is one of my favorite books, and I have given an overview before, but I'll just give you a quick summary of the book if you haven't read it. Stephen Covey has done a fantastic job. In fact, this book has sold 40 million copies, and this actual version is the 30th anniversary version, because it's just a book that once you read it and you understand how things work. And 7 habits in particular, just to give you a very brief overview. Number 1 is being proactive, which is really important about us choosing our response to situations. And it comes under that whole perspective of we are responsible for our choices. Habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. And it also just helps us to cascade, have a vision of where we're going, and then work backwards. Habit 3 is first things first, which is that once you've begun with the end in mind, then you can plan your route, put in first things first. And those 3 talk more about our own sort of dependence and helps us to become more interdependent. And so habit 4 is then think win-win. Habit 5 is seek first to understand before being understood. And habit 6, again, doesn't get mentioned enough. It's about synergize and working together collaborative with other people. And habit 7 is sharpen the saw, a really important aspect of maintaining the other 6 habits about our well-being. However, there's one part of the book that I think is the key to this book. In fact, in this edition, Stephen Covey's son, Sean, talks about how when Stephen wrote the book originally and was about to go to print, uncovered this really vital, important aspect and had to rewrite the book, almost start from scratch. And it's because of the concept that he calls the paradigm shift. And the paradigm shift is all about how if we really want to help people change their behavior, what Stephen uncovered was that it was more important to first help people see the situation different. And it goes through a concept, sure, I'll put on the screen right now, and it goes through see, do, and then get. Or to put it better, have a paradigm shift of seeing things differently, have a behavior change, and then you can get results. Now, why would this be so important? Well, in my work, I have managers and leaders talk to me all the time about how they're trying to influence and increase productivity, help their people be more productive, change their behaviors. And a lot of times, what the manager or the leader is seeing is different to what the individual is seeing. And so the one thought that I want to put across today, actually it does come from the book, and it's that question of, am I working on people's paradigm? You know, that's a question that I think we've got to keep on asking ourselves, because it actually does make the biggest change. And let me give you some examples of how important this is, about how we will change our behavior when we see things differently. Let's talk about what's going on right now with COVID-19, coronavirus. Many of us now perhaps are in the daily habit of washing our hands and using sanitizers and putting on masks. Now, why have we all of a sudden changed our behavior? Because we see the consequences of not doing that. Well, most of us do. We know that there's some people that haven't yet changed, but obviously they don't see how important it is. You get my point? Let's talk about you having a sales team. Most times you have a sales manager or somebody who's overseeing the sales, and they get the data and they have all the insights to all the knowledge of what's going on. They have the graphs and all, but the person at the front end doesn't really have all that information. And so the manager or the leader is speaking to that person based on what they see, and the person who's actually should know this information isn't privy to knowing it and is just doing the thing that they usually do. And I think that, and they're expecting them to change their behavior. So what can you do? Well, give that person access to seeing all the vital information so that they can make the appropriate change. It's the same with any other area. The more data, the more information that people can have access to see the situation different, to understand why there needs to be a behavior change, the more you empower them, the more they're more likely to change their behavior that would then get them the results. So seeing the situation, having a paradigm shift is so important. So what might be the action that we need to take? Well, the action is help people see what you are seeing before, right, you can help them change their behavior. Help people see what you are seeing before you help them to change their behavior. Because once people see it, they're more likely to change their behavior themselves. And I think that this is one of the key roles of great leaders. They cast a vision, they see further. And one area where I think this becomes really important, if as a manager or as a leader or entrepreneur, business owner, you're working with your people, the one thing that I do want to sort of mention that really is important for us to understand is that with your people, most of the time, they don't even see the potential perhaps that they have, and maybe they need you to see their potential and help them see their potential from themselves, and then they would also begin to rise up to that. John Maxwell says this himself. He said it in a way that really captures the essence, and he says that the leader sees the furthest, and in a way that's why the person is a leader. And the leader can also see the furthest for their people, have a high expectation for them, and I think that that will make an incredible impact on your people. So today, the one book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The one thought is asking yourself that question, am I working on people's paradigm? And the one action is help people to first of all see what you are seeing before you help them change their behavior. So I hope this was helpful. Again, if you want to watch and keep on watching these videos, please subscribe to this channel, and you can also download my 100 best business books that I've compiled. You can either just click on the link below or copy the URL in your browser, and that will be sent to you, and I'll update you on more videos just like this. This is Toye Oshunbiyi for Best Books for Business, signing off. See you soon.